ball carrier confronted by a defender. Okay, just ask some of the players, I want to ask coaches, okay, if we're confronted by a defender, what's the first thing we're looking for if we're confronted by a defender when we ball carrying?
Footwork.
Footwork? What else?
Get on his weak shoulder and then look for the offload.
Okay, looking to beat the man. Okay, I know this is a contact presentation, but we can't get away from the fact the ball carrier's first main responsibility when he's confronted by a defender is always beat the man. Certainly not go into the man. He's got to beat the man. He's obviously going to be governed by the width of what he's got in front of him. So we're just going to show you now a drill that we certainly use a lot of at the Blues. We have if we can just set it up for you, please. Can we have one defender in the left channel? Is that the first 5 here then, boys? So you can all see this. Defender. Okay. Defender. Okay, 2 on the floor. Just have 1 here, please. Yeah. Stand there. Okay. We'll walk it through and I'll explain it all to you first now, okay? So, yeah. Ian initially is the defender. First attacker. First support player. What's your first name? Owen will jump up. Stop, okay. Defender. First thing always, footwork, make a decision. You've got 2 options. If he decides obviously to go to his left, there's the first defender. If he goes right. Okay. What we're going to work on the principle is being confronted with just 1 defender. So he's going to come off the floor, footwork, come into this channel, look to beat him with footwork. It's a narrow channel. What options we got? Do the low tackle, put the low tackle in. Okay. First option, like we said, is to beat the defender. If he can't beat the defender, second option, offload. There's no threat behind him. Third option, if he's tackled, can't release the ball, he'll go to the floor, long place, and we'll seal off. So the first thing we'll go through is have a look at what we create first of all. Come on, let's go. You've scored. Okay, go. Come on, work. Good. Offload. First option. Go back again. No, it's not flat out at the moment. We're just trying to emphasize what we're trying to achieve here. This time, he'll be tackled. He'll go to the floor to a long place. Obviously, there's no threat, so he doesn't have to move a threat. He's got 1 option, whether to pick the ball up, go forward. For the purpose of this drill, what we're going to look at, we're just going to seal it off. He's in a wide channel, looking to be counteract, so what we'll do, with the first man we'll seal off, second supportive player will create a skinny ruck. I don't know if you know what a skinny ruck is, but basically we'll set it up and I'll talk through what we've achieved. Create it then, go to the floor, long place, bump, 1, 2, go to grow, long place, seal it off. Okay, right. There. Okay, shoulder behind, okay, nice and long. Okay, that's what a skinny ruck is, okay? Purpose of the skinny ruck. If we're going to be counter-rucked, first rule when somebody's looking to counter-ruck somebody, has to come through the gate. In this instance, there's the gate. So it's going to be quite difficult to come through. If he does come through, you'd like to think there's enough strength there to hold it with a long place. As you can see, perfect for the scrum half, okay? What we're trying to get away from, come and see it from the side. There. Trying to get away from this, what you see quite a bit of, first and foremost, is taking a yard away from the depth. So for instance, now the guard got that chance, whereas before he was realistically 2 meters back. The other thing as well, obviously now the gate becomes wider. So now it's quite straightforward. I'm just going to come through the middle of this now. So that's the purpose of this skinny ruck. So what we're going to do, we're going to give the players an option now. Once they go through the drills, first and foremost, if they can beat the man. If they can't beat the man, they will offload. If they can't offload, they'll create a skinny ruck. Okay, into your groups then, please. Coaches as well, yeah? You got channels sorted? Adrian, you alright, Mark, yeah? Okay, in your own time, and I'll watch yours. So wait a minute, let me just set this up for them. Okay, Marcus is there. Ball on the floor. Keep it out. Okay, your defender. Let's go! Good. Okay. Right, keep going back, just keep going through it. Mix it up, yeah, just soak up. Make sure we get a nice low tackle if we've got to go to full long place. But we're just looking to create the offload at all times. Good footwork, footwork again. Boom, float. Failure up, go to the floor, do a long presentation. Okay. Remember at all times when we're doing this, boys, get out to the habit. First thing they'll do, footwork will be created on the first one, but once they come into this drill, they'll run straight into the man. So it's footwork, footwork. Most important thing, I know I keep going on about the long place, when the ball carrier, first option has to be the footwork to create the space. Good, fun again, footwork, footwork, work, work. Good. Remember there's two sides. Okay, come a bit closer. Create your drill again now, please. Come and watch this drill first. Set it up. So 3, 1 in each channel. Okay, come as the first defender, but then you'll go into attacking role. Okay, just to move it on a touch. So, obviously when you confronted one defender, first thing we're looking to do, create space, beat the man, offload, if we can pass, but we've also got a very narrow channel here, so we can't really create a 2v1 or 3v2. Okay. Another decision to be made. Once the tackle's made, the attacking player now can obviously see there's a threat behind. So we certainly wouldn't like him or encourage him to do the offload. Okay. Next roll, he now has to make the decision. He has to keep the leg drive on, into the contact, long place. He's done his job. Okay. The role of the first supportive player. What is it? If there's a threat there. Ball carrier, you're the first supportive player on the ball carrier. Exactly, it's quite straightforward. Move the threat. Okay, certain different ways. I'm not going to go through every single aspect of how we move the threat. But what we're just going to cover tonight is the decision made by the supportive player. And it's quite straightforward. When the threat's there, move the threat. Okay, role of the second supportive player. What are we looking to do? Sorry? Secure the ball. So we're going to seal off. Yeah? What if he hasn't moved the threat himself? Exactly. So first and foremost, at the breakdown, especially in the contact area, especially if we're looking to attack in the middle of the field, which is obviously a heavily congested area, we're looking to have the ball on the front foot. We will look in that area to smash through 2 or 3 areas, and perhaps the third player would then look to seal off, stopping them from the side. If we're in a wide channel, where we'd expect our backs to support and wipe out, that's when we would more so look to create a skinny ruck and try and hold out base until we can get a ball across for our forwards to come in. So what we're going to do here now, whichever channel, same thing, footwork, choose a channel, footwork, beat the man. As he's beating the man, whichever channel he goes into, so for instance, no, still there, sorry, come late, if he decides to go into that channel, you'll then come in after he's come into the channel, okay? Okay, so once we chose, then he would come in and basically look together, jackal the ball. First support, whoever it is, moves the threat, next man look to seal off. If we're unable to move the threat on his own and he's got his hands on there, smash the threat as well. Okay, let's have a look what we got there. Right, come on, down, place, come on, get in, get in, get in! Move it, move the threat! Good play, good. Obviously if we can move him, then we'd seal off. Obviously, I know we only got less numbers here, you could see the ball comes free, but that would be created if we've hit the middle channel. First 2 or 3 players will always blast through, long place, and then we'd seal off. Okay, go back in your groups. Okay, let's get on with it then. Good, footwork, footwork, beat the man, long place, move a threat, seal it off. Good, get those hips down, get that head up, stay on your feet at all time in the contact area. Good. Come on, Kyle. Good, Kyle. Good. Okay, can you now see how important of the long place as well? If we're creating the long place, the man who's coming in can jackal. If the ball's in tight to the chest, shorter distance for him. If you create the long place, it's a big distance for him to get from. Good, good, good. Long place, place. No. Ball, he's moved it. Seal it off, protect the ball. Okay, so cover the long place, cover the footwork, cover the ball carrying. See, the biggest decision, like we create, is do it again. So let's just recap on a couple of things. So do it again without the threat. What option we got if there's no threat behind the first defender? What option we got for that? Offload. Got offload. What else if it goes to the floor? Nice skinny ruck, yeah? We're happy with that, aren't we? Okay. If we see a threat coming across, first option from the first supported player is what? Sorry?
Get rid of the threat.
Of course it is, yeah. Just move that threat. Obviously, if he can't do it on his own, next supported player's got to do what? He's got to move him. So realistically, difference is on the areas of the field that you'll be working off. If I could just give you a quick scenario, if we've gone off the line out off the top, we've sent the centre in, our first three players at that breakdown would realistically look to blast through there. We want that ball on the front foot. We would expect, depending on what type of ball it is, our third player at that breakdown, perhaps he might seal it off just in case there's a threat coming from the side. If we've moved the ball wide from a line out and we expect our backs to go in, and realistically the winger's made the tackle and the fullback might have come in, then we would look to create the skinny ruck. Purely to just give us that bit of time to bring our forwards back across from one side of the field in. Okay?